Welcome back, guys. This is episode 7, and briefly, we want to apologize for not having a podcast last week. We were in the middle of finals, so we were kind of busy, and everybody was kind of doing something on the days that we wanted to do a podcast. So we did not have one up last week, but luckily, we have one this week.
Oh, we're done with school.
And yeah.
We're done. We're all done.
It's over.
Us college kids are pretty much done.
It's over.
Yeah. But as it seems like now, always, we have Avery on the other side of the table.
The new Kobe.
And then we have Young Nubs, aka Tim the Tap Man.
Back in my second song.
And Tyler Seidel.
Should be more.
Yep. And again, he has his own podcast, so if you haven't already, go check his out.
The Q Boys.
We have one episode.
One episode.
Because the second episode, for some reason, keeps giving me trouble in the editing software. So I got to figure that out. Hopefully today. Hopefully we'll have it up tonight.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. Well, so
this will be uploaded in a few days.
yeah. So
it should be
up.
It should. By the time you're watching this, it's on.
Thursday, May 7th.
It's on Spotify. The Q Boys. Check me out on Instagram, Tyler Seidel. You can find all the information there. Link in the bio.
I mean, or you don't have to. Whatever you want to do.
We're not gonna force you to.
I would rather you actually not. Personally
Okay,
speaking.
perfect.
Avery, how are you doing on this fine Thursday morning?
Just peachy.
Peachy.
We like to hear
Heard
that.
that.
Well, guys, today is the day we have been waiting for.
Oh
And
my God.
Mississippi
Oh my
has
God.
opened up.
Mississippi officially opened up today at 8 a.m.
We can go sit in a restaurant.
We can go sit in a
And
restaurant.
see human beings.
Guess where we're going? Instantaneously. As soon as this podcast is over.
CC's Pizza.
CC's Pizza.
Pizza.
And we're about to eat the buffet twice over.
And we're
Listen.
gonna throw up and we're gonna keep going.
They need to go ahead and close it and only let us in
Yeah.
because they won't have food left.
They're
Yeah,
not.
100%.
Vacuum.
They won't have food
I wonder
left.
how it's gonna work though, because I doubt you'll be able to like serve your own pizza, you know, because we're all touching the same. Unless they make you give everyone a full loaf, you know.
They probably have.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're not just gonna let everyone touch the handles to get their pizza, right? Either they're gonna serve you, they're gonna put it on your plate, or like they're gonna give you gloves or something. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I don't care.
I don't
as
either.
long as I'm there eating my pizza.
I hope if they serve us, there's no limit. Like if they like listen.
Oh yeah.
There's not.
If you see 10 pieces on my plate, don't judge. Give me an 11. Let's go. Come on.
12. Give me 13.
Come on. Like, well, let's run it up. Yeah.
Keep it on coming. Keep it on
I
coming.
agree.
Shit
So restaurants are 50%, right? All restaurants.
50% capacity, and then if cases don't go up in Mississippi for 2 weeks, they keep kind of going down. Then it's going to be 75% is phase 2,
Okay.
and then after 2 weeks of that, then everything's open 100%.
Yeah, but in phase 2
Theaters
also.
open.
So next month.
Theaters open in phase 2.
Yeah, in phase 2, like right
2
now
weeks.
they're doing like restaurants and like some like small businesses. In phase 2,
gyms,
yeah.
bars, movie theaters open up. Pretty much
and then what's
everything
already
open.
been open is going to expand capacity.
Yeah.
Alright, so
And then-
phase 2 is gyms.
And then at the end of phase,
So we just gotta hold out.
Phase 2 is
2
gyms,
weeks.
tattoo shops, movie theaters, stuff like that.
Tattoo shops. Poor tattoo shops.
poor guy.
Yeah, I want so many tattoos right now. Like, you can't get them.
Glenn does too, but he's been big talk about it for
Well,
years.
here's the thing.
Yeah, boy.
You told me to save up for Disney, so there will be no tattoo this year.
Yeah.
Oh, you even going to Disney?
I sure hope so.
Jennifer, let him go to Disney.
Yeah, let me and Avery go to Disney. That's all we ask. Look, you're not paying a dime. We are. That's the reason for the trip.
It's only a dime?
Dude.
She's not spending a dime.
It only costs a dime?
That'll be the end of the podcast today.
It's been a great time. Thanks, guys.
But no, I'm glad that we're able to go to a restaurant today. I know you've already been to a restaurant.
I went to a restaurant because Memphis
and
is
so
open.
have you.
I went last night to
I went to a
Red Robin
restaurant in Memphis on Monday or Tuesday. Oh, it's so good. I've never been so happy to be waited on.
They have masks on.
Yes.
Yeah,
And gloves.
I figured
Mask
they
on.
did.
Fucking let's go.
But no, I'm kind of glad that we get to go somewhere with silence.
So we can actually like start going out to eat, even if it's just going to sit in a fast food restaurant and get Mexican
Listen,
food.
I'm perfectly fine with just going to sit at like. I just want to go sit inside somewhere.
Yeah, I just want to sit there.
I miss hitting my boys up or hitting y'all and be like, let's go to Chick-fil-A. I just want to go just sit inside
Too
Chick-fil-A.
bad Chick-fil-A sucks. Oh, hot take.
I mean, it's fine.
Hot take.
Popeye chicken sandwich is better.
Burning hot.
Popeye chicken sandwich is better.
You toasty?
Who's this?
Wada.
I want to KFC.
There
Okay.
you go. Hey, see, we're providing good. Oh, there you go.
Dude, that is so sweet. It is just what friendship's all
I'm
about.
gonna cry, dude. I'm gonna cry. You're so sweet.
You ever seen Onward? It's actually about me and him.
Oh!
That hurts. That hurts that you didn't even rebuttal that. That hurts. Wow, I see where your priorities are. Wow.
Alright,
Wow.
so,
Oh! Oh my goodness.
You ever seen Brokeback Mountain? It's actually about me and him.
Oh, okay, I'll give you
I
that.
don't know about that.
anyways, on to our first topic.
Yeah.
We've all watched it. We
Oh.
watched it together. All of us watched it together, essentially. The
Yeah.
Clone Wars
Gosh,
finale,
Cream
final
of my
season,
pants.
season 7,
Just
all
cream.
over.
Alright, I don't want to talk about
12
the finale.
years.
I don't want to talk about the finale first because
Well, yeah, I just mean the whole season
I
there.
creamed
The
my
season itself. Alright, so a lot of people, that if you've seen it, a lot of people like strongly dislike the Ahsoka episodes, and I get it.
Okay, I'm not a big
I
fan of
hate
the.
Rafa and Trey.
Alright, I
They- they-
Rafa and
Don't
Trey is
face it.
stupid.
That stupid haircut.
However, I don't hate the episodes. Like I could probably.
When I can sit down and watch them, I just don't really want to watch them again.
Yeah.
But
Like,
those
alright,
middle
in that
four-
season, probably like I guess you had to set up. The Avery was like, that's not the best way to set up the Siege of Mandalore. You could have thought of something better. But like,
I guess they were just looking for filler episodes.
yeah, like
I was really hoping for like her doing like recons with like Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I wanted more Anakin and Obi-Wan just because it's like this is the last time we'll get to see them.
Anakin was not in this season a lot.
But I do understand.
Neither was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's in it more than
Everyone.
Anakin. He was in it more than Obi-Wan. Anakin, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
But
Rex
my-
was more than both of them.
I mean,
Really?
My thing was I kind of understand it because the series like down when you break it down has always been about Ahsoka in a sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like her show. I mean, she was a huge character that was introduced. Like they could have easily just made a story about Anakin and Obi-Wan, but they went ahead and they introduced a new character, and like she's actually a really good character.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I didn't like the episodes. I thought they were kind of pointless. They felt pointless.
Yeah.
But also, they gave us a good story, and it kind of showed that Ahsoka, like, it kind of showed like why she left the Jedi. Like, she has this moral compass, but she's also willing to cut corners to make sure that something good happens
Yeah.
or like the job gets done.
She was one. I mean, ever since like you see her in the first season, like she's been one of my favorite characters. In
For
the
sure.
show. Like she's just. I think she's a dope character. Like you get like it's like. You know, it's hard to create more characters that are likable when you do animated series, and I think that's where Star Wars got it right. Like Ahsoka is likable, Rex is likable. Like those are a lot of likable characters
OX.
in the whole series. Those are some of your favorite characters.
And dude, they made Darth Maul so much more enjoyable for me. Like it's so much
Yeah.
more of an interesting character, except for just being in one movie and getting cut in half.
Yeah, right.
He honestly,
He was one of my favorite parts. of that
I
show.
think Darth Vader will always be the GOAT,
Yeah.
but Darth Maul easily probably is one of the best Star Wars villains.
It just sucks that he was only one.
Literally, and it's not a very good movie, only because of him. I mean,
He
only,
makes the movie.
He makes the movie.
Well, technically, he was in Solo.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Solo.
but-
if you haven't seen Solo, what are you doing?
It's a good movie.
I like it.
Turn off the podcast. Go watch it now.
Yeah. And then, no, pause the podcast. Don't turn it off.
We need that view.
We need that view.
That
We
view
need the
matters.
extra minutes. We
That
need the
view
extra.
matters.
But no, I think the whole season was great.
Yeah, so I love how they split it up in like 4 different storylines. So yeah, the first 4 is the Bad Batch
Oh,
storyline, and then the second 4 were Ahsoka and the girls, or
Trace
whatever.
and Rafa.
Trace and Rafa.
The worst Star Wars characters.
Probably the worst. And
Ever.
then the last 4 were just
yeah.
Cream.
they were like it was like a movie. They didn't even have intros, And it had like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
Avery was saying that the intros were different than all the other Clone Wars. Like it was like this is it. Like they were telling you like, hey, this is.
And they were red, and it was
Yeah.
just big on
This
the
is
screen.
it.
They
Like,
didn't even play the music.
This
but
is the big finale. This is what you've been waiting for, and we're gonna show
they're
you.
just getting you ready.
Yeah. All right, so y'all want to talk about the 4 episodes like in the finale thing?
Well, let's talk about the Bad Batch first.
all right, yeah,
What
all
about
right.
the
So
Bad
we'll
Batch?
start with the Bad Batch.
Love the Bad Batch.
Dude,
Bad Batch.
I
There
need them in
so-
Battlefront.
it was
I need
so
them
cool.
in a live action TV.
I need a TV show about the Bad Batch and all their different missions.
I heard this one thing that because they were mutated, their inhibitor chips might have not worked.
See, that's what-
I asked
what we were
Landon.
all talking
I asked
about.
Landon about
I
it
was
last night,
like-
and I was like, "You think so?" And he was like, "Oh, maybe."
I mean, maybe, but like at the same time, if you put those chips in everybody, then they might still be just fine.
Even Rex and
Which
Cody and
that
all.
would suck.
Yeah, but I mean, the Bad Batch, like the whole point of them was like they didn't follow the orders of the
Yeah.
Jedi. So like they automatically didn't believe in orders to an extent.
Yeah, they
But
probably.
that doesn't mean when
And
they weren't born that they still didn't get a
Yeah.
chip. in
But
their
what
head.
I'm saying is like if an order to them sounded stupid, I think their brains had the power to say
Yeah.
that's dumb.
Like-
all clones are programmed that if a commander tells you to do this,
Yeah,
you do it.
yeah.
But they were just like, I mean, you'd have Rex and you'd have Cody telling them to do something. They'd be like, "That's a dumb order. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this instead."
Yeah.
So maybe they
Didn't, and that would have been cool. That would have been really cool because I mean they're powerful enough to.
Dude, they were so fun to watch.
They really were. Like that was because that's how if you kick a season off like that, you're doing something right. Because Bad Batch, you were like, all right, who are these guys? Like
Yeah.
who's the Bad Batch?
Introduced
you
enough,
see them.
5 new characters.
Because like they could have made them 5 regular phones, but they didn't, and that's so awesome.
Well, they could have had another Art Trooper strike team like they did with Fives and Echo and all them. I mean that was good. That was good art. But like they said we're going to make something very different, something that's never been seen before.
Yeah.
Because like I mean all they are is just a clone that messed up in their mutation process.
Which is probably very, very likely.
Yeah, and
Because
it's
you think how many clones they made?
but it sounds like such a boring concept.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's phenomenal.
It's so good.
I loved every single character. I think every character was unique, and they made it fun to watch.
I loved them. I also loved like when they were there, how they interacted with the Rex, because what Rex was going through
Yeah,
with finding out that Echo was still alive,
yeah,
and like first of all, it humanized Rex even more. It made us love Rex even more than we already
Yeah.
did. But it also like gave them a fun thing, like and it gave them like a way to like kind of be like the anti-hero
yeah,
of it,
yeah,
where they were like, we need to get the job done, but Echo doesn't matter.
yeah.
So
Like we have one mission. If Echo is alive, that's a plus. If not, you gotta
Oh, wow.
be prepared for it. Like
Yeah.
he might not be there.
dude, when Anakin pulled Rex aside and he was like, I need you to be prepared for the moment that we find Echo's dead body, I was like,
Yeah,
dang.
yeah. But
That
dude, seeing Echo again was pretty cool. I think because like I thought because that whole
And then
Yeah.
he joins the Bad Batch too.
yeah,
It's
like
pretty
that's
cool.
so fitting too. That ended that story arc, right? The
Yeah.
Bad Batch, where the Echo goes with the Bad Batch. I don't think there's much to say about Ahsoka's.
Ahsoka's 4 episodes were just.
It gave us a new look into her character.
Yeah,
It showed
it's
us
more inside her mind.
what she's learned since being kicked
Yeah.
out of the order.
Yeah,
Or since
For
she
the
left
most part,
order.
I don't
that's
think they were
about
necessary.
it. Like there's,
That's all we really get. That we really.
I
care
don't think
about.
they're I don't think they're terrible episodes, but I think
Not good.
with the season that we got, I don't think they were the right fit for that season. Like
Oh,
put it in another season maybe.
Yeah.
But for the final season,
But for the
I
final
don't
season,
know.
those 4 episodes could have been done so much.
Well, because it was like all the other Clone Wars seasons, it's been like random stories that somehow fit in together.
Yeah,
Like, but this was like the season finale, and it was just kind of like
yeah.
it was perfect. It was perfect. It was kind of like leading into itself, like, but it kind of felt it felt like filler, like Cole said. It felt like filler episodes. I would have loved to see like her and Bo-Katan have like a 4-episode arc where like they are
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
something, and then Bo-Katan gets a message
Yeah,
like
it's like hey, you need to come back.
yeah, and then
Can you
she's
please
like.
come with me?
Now, if you want to do one episode with Chase, what was her name?
Trace and Rafi.
Trace and Rafi. If you want to do one episode like that,
But
where,
4?
where her and
Yeah.
Bo-Katan helped them out, like with the Pikes, that's fine. But you had 2 episodes where it was just Rafi and Ahsoka arguing about how to treat Trace, and you had 2 episodes where it was like trying to figure out how to trick the Pikes. Now, I mean,
Yeah, it was kind of dragged on, I guess. Like you
It
could,
felt too long.
like you said, like you could have done one episode and it would have been fine. Episode 9.
But the
was-
final 4, dude.
was
Final Four redeems literally
Yeah.
any mistake Star Wars has ever made. The Final Four
Alright,
redeems.
so episode 9 was Friends Not Forgotten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That might have been one of my favorites. Of the
That, yeah. When Ahsoka sees Anakin and Obi-Wan again,
Oh my god.
Snips.
like I
Snips.
was so
Master?
relieved.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
that was kind of like, dude.
Nut.
That was kind of.
And then
That
she's
was beautiful.
with them to go find with Darth Maul, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, she goes to find Darth Maul. And dude, that epic shot when she jumps off the helicopter on the platform, and there's the explosion in the background, and she's like this. I was just
Yeah.
like,
That's Ahsoka Tano.
When
She's
he
always
get
been.
I think one of the best parts of that show is giving her lightsabers back.
Yeah, dude, that was so
That
cool.
was so awesome. Like seeing her with those lightsabers in hand again.
And
Like
then when
Anakin handed it to her.
It jumped forward.
and then all the
The
clones
best part is
had
when
their
she gives it away again.
Yeah,
the clones had their helmets painted like a.
That was cool. I loved that moment. Really, I was like sitting and like I did get a little teary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I was watching that moment because I didn't know that was gonna happen. And then she walks in and she's like, they want to see you, and they all had it painted.
Yeah.
They all there.
And it just showed like it really showed the clones in a different light. Like we've always seen them be these loyal people, but like
they are loyal.
it showed like we are your family and we're here for you. Now they end up trying to kill her, but
It's
Yeah,
not their control.
yeah, but it really like what I loved about that was, and first of all, this is Dave Filoni at his best. Like that man is just, you can have Star Wars, please take Star Wars. But like what he did with Mandalorian, what he's done with the Clone Wars, like it's phenomenal. But like they set that up, they're like, hey, we're your family. We're here for you. We support you. We're ready to fight and die with you.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like spoiler, obviously like in the last episode they try to kill her. It makes that moment in episode 12 hurt so much
Yeah,
more.
it hurts a little bit more than
Because it's like these men stepped up and said, we're with you, and now Ahsoka has to make a decision. Does she kill her friends and to save her life, or does she cut corners to protect
that
them?
whole, I think that episode was one of my favorites. Just seeing
So
them back
good.
together.
Yeah, brought back together.
Because like especially if you watch seasons 5 and 6, I mean
Season 5 was good. Season
5
6,
was great. Season 6 wasn't. I mean, it was kind of like
Season 6 was all about the Sith,
Yeah.
pretty much.
In season 6, you're like, all right. Well, season 7, you're seeing Ahsoka, you're seeing Anakin. You're like, all right, when are these two like? Because you know it's gonna happen. You know they're gonna see each other again, and then they make you wait till episode 9, and when they finally see each other again, you just get so relieved. You're like, yep.
Great episode. And
Episode
then
10.
at the end of episode 9, so good.
Yeah.
Sees Darth Maul.
Yeah. So episode 10.
Episode 10.
What is the name of episode?
Scattered?
No.
No,
that's
Shattered is
Shattered is
episode
the other
11.
The Phantom Apprentice.
The Phantom Apprentice.
That's it.
The
Now,
lightsaber battle.
Avery told me about the lightsaber battle.
Oh,
You texted both of us
And you
before
were
we saw
like, this battle is like legit. And you did not disappoint, my friend. That was my heart was pumped. Like, dude,
That's probably the best lightsaber battle in Clone Wars.
Dare I say, almost all of Star Wars.
That's
I
what
told
we
Landon
were
that.
saying, bro. We were like, dude, it is so hard because the Clone Wars had some great lightsaber battles.
It did.
Anything
one
I saw as
To
Ventress was
one
just
up all those
so good.
against Ahsoka and Darth Maul, one of the matchups I wanted to see.
Cream.
Just would love to see. Dude,
Oh, it's so good.
so worth
It
it.
was
So
so
worth the wait.
That's what that whole episode was leading up to.
Like you knew, like they're trying to find Maul, and then they're just waiting to like go at each other.
Yeah.
Cream.
And when they finally did, like it is like
Oh, it's so good. And
peak
then
Star Wars.
they
Wanted every second of it.
they get Maul right at the end.
Yeah.
That brings us into
Episode 11.
episode
is
11.
Shattered.
Shattered.
Shattered was awesome.
Dude, they were both.
The music.
The last-
It hurt.
Dude, Shattered was so sad.
You just knew something was coming.
The last 2 episodes were so sad.
It was horrible.
And this is what I told it. This is Avery told me this, and I kind of agreed with him. Is throughout those last 4 episodes, you feel like you know what's gonna happen because they're saying things from episode 3. They kept things so consistent with the
Yeah.
movies. Like Obi-Wan's not on Mandalore. Why? Because he's gotta go find Grievous on Utapau. Why is Anakin not there? Well, he's gotta go watch the
And at the
Chancellor.
beginning, Anakin and Obi-Wan were going to rescue the Chancellor from Dooku.
Yeah.
That's why
And they were talking about
first.
that. That's why Ahsoka went to Mandalore.
Yeah. Like
I love
stuff
how
like
everything
that
lined
is-
up,
it's-
dude.
There were no like, oh
Hiccups.
hey, they forgot about this.
Yeah.
No, they did not. They did it so perfectly. And when Order 66 is called,
Oh, dude.
all right, hold up. Before I get there, when Ahsoka hears Mace Windu trying to stop Anakin,
Even before that, her conversation with Rex was so emotional.
yeah,
She was like, "You're a great soldier and you're a
Yeah.
better friend." Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And they just talked it out. And Rex turns around. He's like, "I got to take a call real quick."
yeah. And they're like, all right, Ahsoka, do you want to come in here? And I was like, well, I know it's about to happen. Like everybody like here knows
Yeah.
what's about to happen.
And she hears Mace Windu
And
killed
then
by Anakin. Like all this stuff goes down.
right after that, you get the Order 66 call.
And Rex is just sitting there, his hands shaking.
When he turns around
And he drops his helmet.
and the tears are in his eyes,
Oh.
bro.
That hurt.
That hurt
And
so
his
bad.
hands are just shaking.
That hurt so bad. And like the great thing about Ahsoka is she's not gonna kill any of those clones.
No.
Any other like Jedi, I feel like would kill them.
Well, yeah.
But Ahsoka did not.
Yeah, just go watch Revenge of the Sith.
Because they were her best friend. I mean, she kind of grew up and trained with them. You know, they were all young together and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like killing your friends.
Dude, that really hurt. And then she is fixing Rex and trying to like help him out, and then at the end of 11 she gets
they end up fixing Rex. They fix the chip or something.
Episode 12.
Can we talk about real quick the hallway scene with Darth Maul?
Oh, where he's like
He's just going through the hallway, just mowing down clowns. That was pretty cool.
With no lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he like cuts their head off with like the
Shows
door.
you how powerful he is.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was cool.
Yeah,
and then obviously in episode 12,
Episode
it feeds
12
into that.
was that might have been. It felt like a 5-minute episode when I watched it for the first time. It felt so short.
It was pretty short, but
Avery said it was the shortest of all.
it was the second shortest of the season.
But I feel like it was 5 minutes. It felt like the shortest.
Dude, it went by just like that. Like
when she
So much was happening.
Yeah.
At one time, it was like.
Dude, they were hopeless a couple times.
I didn't know how they were gonna go off.
Yeah, I was
and there
like-
were ships down below, but
And I'm not gonna say the final time you see Ahsoka looking at those helmets on the
oh my god,
on this whatever on this
the
stakes whatever you call it.
The cemetery.
I mean
her in her cloak, and then they with all of the helmets with her face painted on it.
you can't.
They literally all just tried to kill her, and she still
You couldn't write it.
gave them a.
You couldn't write it.
Jesse hurt.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
knowing because him and Rex were like it's like him, Rex, and Cody
Yep.
were all like best friends in that troop,
Mm-hmm.
and like Jesse was the one that like arrested Rex, and then seeing his helmet on the stake,
The blue one,
knowing
yeah.
how much like these people actually cared for these people.
Yeah.
And then it jumps forward however many years. You know, we don't really
So
know
we're
however many
thinking-
years.
I told Avery and Landon I think it takes place after their fight, after Ahsoka's and Vader's fight in Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
because Vader is convinced. Vader thinks that Ahsoka's dead.
Yeah.
Because even the rebellion thought that Ahsoka was dead. Even like Obi-Wan and like what's the dude's name? Alderaan guy. Bail Organa thought Ahsoka was dead. So like everyone thought Ahsoka was dead. And then they have that fight. That's where she finds out that he's Anakin. That's where he finds out that she's still alive. And I think what happens is he goes back to that because he knows that she was on that ship, and he picks her lightsaber and all that. But I think it happens after the fight Rebels. I could be wrong. There's no context that proves or disproves that. It's got to be so far into the future because you have established shuttles, you have established stormtroopers, and you have established you have Darth Vader's like suit like it's like legitimately working and that snow was literally like the ship was engulfed in snow.
Yeah.
So there's no way that happened.
Yeah, I
just
think
a few days
I
after.
can agree with you to that. It's probably after Rebels because I don't think he would just go to that planet just like
All willy-nilly.
because he thought that she's dead.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think it was before their fight. Like I think it was like right when like the Empire was established, and then
Maybe he felt something.
Maybe that's how he found out
he
that
either
she was
felt
alive.
something, or there's like a detachment of stormtroopers that went down there, and he wanted to check it out. Because somebody said when he picked up her lightsaber and turned it on, he even thought that she was dead, and that was like his last hope towards the light side.
It was something so cool.
So
about
that just kind of like was end all be all for him.
that whole last minute scene with Darth Vader, him picking up the lightsaber. There's something so cool to me about seeing Darth Vader
And that-
light up the blue lightsaber.
That
It just kind of
like
you know,
his last hope, and when he turns it off, is his dying light. Like he's done. There's no light.
Well,
and again, you said in Rebels,
yeah.
like when he fights Ahsoka.
there's that. I heard this one thing that the only two people that's ever been able to force Anakin back to the light side was Ahsoka and Luke. And then I heard this one podcaster, I forgot his name, but it was like he's like this big Star Wars podcaster. I have to go back in my podcast and find it, like my Apple podcast and find it. But it was Star Wars Theory. He said one comment he made was he thinks that if Ahsoka would have been on Mustafar, Anakin would have turned back to the good side. Like, that's how detrimental to him she was.
And that like the whole Clone Wars, you see that. Like, if you just watch the movies, you're not gonna know that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's not even in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
you won't even get a
Like,
taste
if
of
you
that.
just watch the movies and you don't care about anything else, you're not gonna know that. But the fact that Ahsoka means so much to him, and I've told Avery that obviously, like, his first glimpse of the dark side is in Episode 2 when he's killing all those Tusker Raiders when the
Yeah.
Tom dies. But when Ahsoka walks away from the Jedi Order and Anakin has to watch her do that, that's
something else that you never knew about.
Yeah, that's something that's like, all right, that pushed Anakin towards.
And that might be the reason that is one of the reasons in Revenge of the Sith we see him so, like, just kind of back turned to the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And people think well, in Revenge of the Sith, all they say is you can't be on the council yet, and that pisses him off. No, like, we don't understand that. They denied Ahsoka re-entry, even though she was innocent.
Yeah.
It broke Ahsoka. It broke their relationship.
Yeah.
It broke this and that.
And
that's why he's like, this is the last straw.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, well, that episode came out after Revenge of the Sith, and that has nothing to do with it. Well, here's the thing. If you know anything about Star Wars, they don't do anything on accident. They planned for that episode. You know they did. You know that episode was already like, all right, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Anakin, like they know, dude. Like,
Well, I think when they made Revenge of the Sith, I don't think that they were like that planned ahead.
no, they weren't, but like they.
When Dave Filoni came in
When they
and
started
started
making-
the Clone
when they-
Wars, he said this is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And this is how it's going to weave in.
And I just think that whole last season,
So good.
regardless of the four, I'm gonna include the 4 episodes in there, regardless if they're in there or not. I think the whole season, from start to finish, is one of my favorite seasons of the show that I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought season 5 was great,
Season 5 was great too.
but I love season 7. And it was so, dude, I just cannot even imagine, because, dude, like, this is it for Skywalker. This is it.
Yeah.
That's all we have left. We're not seeing Skywalker. I mean, in the Kenobi
Essentially.
series, we'll see it,
Maybe.
maybe. But, like,
I
dude,
would love Darth Vader animated. I would love either a Darth Vader animated series or a series that fits in between episode 5 and 6 in the Clone Wars animation with Filoni at the head. I would love that because I think, first of all, the troopers in that animation were just so cool to see. Darth Vader in that I don't mind Rebels animation. I'm not a big fan of it. So I just didn't like the looks in there that much of like Darth Vader and all that. But like Darth Vader looked perfect
oh, he looked awesome.
in Clone Wars animation. But
I think, I mean, we might get a glimpse of something like that with the Skywalker saga in Kenobi.
but
I think for the most part, like, this is probably it.
We're getting Ahsoka in Mandalorian season 2. We're potentially getting an Ahsoka live action series just about her.
they're also saying maybe an Ahsoka and Obi-Wan series. They're saying that might happen.
I mean,
I don't know if that will,
I don't know
but
about that.
It would
But she is like
again,
confirmed to be in season 2 of Mandalorian, and I think they said she's getting her own show too.
Yeah.
With Rosario Dawson.
she's gonna play a big part in season 2. And we're gonna have Iden Virgil
Oh, that would be cool.
from Battlefront campaign.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Forgot that was canon.
Huh. Yeah.
I saw somebody say, okay, are you familiar with Rebels?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I don't like. When did it end? Because I stopped watching.
In like probably 2016.
Yeah.
Do you know how it ends?
I think I remember. I don't think I watched the last season though.
So they go, okay, so basically how Rebels ends, and this is gonna matter what I'm about to say, but how Rebels ends is like Ezra like kind of goes in like this temple and he finds, and this is super abbreviated version, like this isn't like all that happens, but he goes and he finds like this realm of existence.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can see into the future and in the past. Like there's this moment he sees like the Emperor striking Luke with his, and obviously this is 5 years where that happens. So he sees like the Emperor trying to kill Luke, and then he sees Rey, and he sees like 1,000 years in the future, 1,000 years into the past. Like he sees Yoda as a youngling training. Like so, like it's like this realm of like where time and space coincide.
Yeah.
And then he like goes back out. He goes on this adventure, and he gets stuck in the Outer Rim. Well, some people were saying they would love to have a series because at that time Ezra is in like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
So after Return of the Jedi, that would put him at like in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
So people were saying that, and because Rex is confirmed to be alive in Return of the Jedi, he was confirmed to be at the Battle of Endor. they were saying they would love an animated series where it's Ahsoka, Rex, and that I forgot her name. It was the Mandalorian girl that was with the Rebel Squad.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. It's that girl. I don't know, I forgot her name, but it would be cool if they had them searching for Ezra in the Outer Rim. And they said even if you wanted to do it like during Return of the Jedi or during Empire Strikes Back, you could still have more Ahsoka and Vader moments. Like you could still have it, but it would still be Ahsoka, but Ahsoka existing within the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Because it's also confirmed that she's alive during Force Awakens, but she dies somewhere between Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker.
And we know that. We know she dies. We know she's dead in Rise of Skywalker because we can hear her voice.
Because she's a Force ghost.
Yeah. So we know that. So like, there are facts. There's fact. Like, dude, Ahsoka has never been like in the original trilogy, but we know like based on Clone Wars.
She was all in it, or at least like
all of it's connected.
Episode 3.
Like we know she's alive at this point and this point, and I think that's cool about the Star Wars universe. Like, it's not just the 9, right?
Yeah.
It's
Clone Wars, Rebels, Solo plays a part,
Yeah.
Rogue One plays a part, Mandalorian plays a part.
like it's all awesome.
And now they have this new thing coming out where it's the High Republic or whatever, and it's like it's gonna be like comic books, video games, TV shows,
There you go.
and movies that are all connected, and it's gonna be like an MCU, but it's gonna go across platforms. So like it's gonna have like a comics going to feed in like with a comic like. So it's gonna be like, all right, here's this new movie that's gonna come out in 2024, and then there's gonna be 5 comics and 1 video game that comes out in 2026. You've got to read those to understand this TV show that's gonna come out, and then that movie that's gonna come out later. Like it's gonna be like this super interconnected universe.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
I don't know how it's gonna work. I think it'd be something that goes on for like 50 years, but.
Well, I know that. I think I've told Cole that Star Wars is my favorite series. It's my favorite thing to watch. Me, that grew up with Star Wars. I can tell you some of the first movies we bought with Star Wars. I mean, we watch them religiously. We watch them for fun. Now I can sit down and pick a Star Wars and I'm not going to watch any of them, regardless of how bad the Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace are.
I can still sit down and watch it.
Still sit down and watch them.
I think so. Like the MCU holds a special place in my heart because the MCU was something that I legitimately grew up with. Like I can still tell you, I remember when I was 8 years old going to the theaters to watch Iron Man. So because I started at the beginning. Yeah, I started at the beginning. Like where my dad he watched Star Wars in theaters when it first came out when he was 9 years old in '77. So he grew up with that. I grew up with the MCU from the get go. I didn't just hop on in 2012. From the get go I was a part of it. But I think Star Wars affects me differently because it was one of those things. My dad had the old VHS tapes of the original trilogy, and he was like, "Hey, I watched this when I was a kid. You want to watch it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was 5, and it was right when Revenge of the Sith was coming out, and so my dad was like, "We'll watch all these and we'll go see the new one." And so because of that, I think it holds a different place in my heart than the MCU does. But I think the MCU will always be something that I grew up on it. I feel like it means more to me in that regard. Yeah. But I love Star Wars though.
Well, I know Star Wars. We've talked enough Star Wars. You might as well be a Star Wars podcast this time. But Cole, I know what you want to talk about next was our 5 favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah. So we've talked about favorite movies in different series and stuff, and favorite MCU movies or favorite Star Wars or favorite Harry Potter, whatever it is. Well, we've never just sat down and talked about our 5 favorite movies. So.
I mean, if anybody wants to go first, go ahead. I mean, I can think of probably 3.
I don't know anything 5, but I'll try my best.
I think to this day, my favorite movie of all time, and it has been for a long time.
I know the answer to this.
I wonder what it is.
I know the answer.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah, you told me yesterday.
Did I?
You've told me many times.
Just go.
The Star Wars Episode 5.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
I can't tell you why it's my favorite movie, but if you turned it on 100 times, I would sit down and watch start to finish 100 times. I love it. It's fantastic.
Pretty good movie.
I mean, that's all I have to say about it. I mean, it's my favorite movie of all time. I've watched it countless times. I know that's not Avery's favorite. I know that's probably not. I know it's his
250
favorite
hours.
Star Wars.
Not my favorite either.
It's 250 hours. Dude, waste 250 hours of his life.
What?
250 hours. Dude, waste of your life.
Wasted.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know how many times I've watched it. I probably watched it once.
I'd have to say for me it's probably 100 at this point because I
it's
literally
definitely-
just turn it on and just watch it
I love it.
just to watch it. And when it's on TV,
Y'all can go with y'all's favorite movies because I'm gonna have to think a second.
Go for it, man.
No,
we gotta do one person at a time.
Oh
you know,
God.
Avery hasn't talked much. Why don't you go ahead and go? Because I don't know my
I don't
problem.
know mine either.
I think another one is definitely top 5 is Saving Private Ryan.
Great movie.
Fantastic
movie.
That's just me with World War II though.
Fantastic
Like,
World
opening
War.
scene, dude.
Oh,
You talk
dude,
about
it's
heart
legendary.
racing. Whew. I think the whole cast is good. I think it's a really good movie. I love the ending.
Great movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. Though.
But yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta pick 3 more. Of all the movies I've ever
seen in the whole world.
I've seen a lot of movies in my time.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies. As much as I hate to say it, like I don't think there's gonna be an MCU movie on there. Maybe like
Wow.
5,
You suck.
but I don't know. Somebody else go.
You have to go in order.
Huh?
You don't have to go in order.
I know. I don't. I gotta think for a second. I gotta think of all the movies I've ever seen.
Comedies, animated
That's
movies,
what I'm
everything.
saying, yeah. So one of y'all go, please. Go. Keep going. Like we can spread this out a little bit.
I don't know, dude.
Well, I'm gonna go. I really don't know what my favorite movie of all time is. I just love everything so much. But I'm not gonna go in order. I'm just say probably top 5. I'm gonna definitely have to go Endgame because they're still to this day. Every time I watch it, I get chills. Every time. I know that's basic, but whatever. Endgame.
I don't know about that one, but hey,
I'm
it's
just
your
kidding.
list.
It's your world. I'm just passing through.
Endgame. Definitely Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
God. All right. Woo.
Definitely
Rewatchability. Best movie set.
Step Brothers, dude.
Dude, we were quoting it all night last night.
Dude.
Great movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, that's a
Great
good
movie.
one. I love
Best
Step
Will
Brothers.
Ferrell movie in my
Fuck you,
opinion.
Brennan.
God, I love Talladega Nights. though.
Talladega Nights is so
It's
good.
The return in the meantime. Who's the
Boats and
return?
hoes. Boats and hoes.
Hey, I'll say that.
What a great
Hey,
quotable.
you know why me and your mom? You know why my dad married your mom? No, why? So that me and her could bone her and put up with the retard in the meantime. Who's retard?
You.
Hey, I don't say that.
I think that bench warmer.
Definitely.
Benchwarmers is so good.
Definitely Step Brothers is definitely up there. And then I love Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's a top 5 movie. That movie's a masterpiece. So good.
It's a really good one.
I watched it so many times.
I think I just thought of another one.
So what else? So that gives me 2 more.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's just kind of tough. Isn't it? I feel like I'm gonna miss something that I'm just not really thinking of.
So the one I just thought of was The Dark Knight.
That's a good one.
That's definitely on there.
Corona.
That's another one that it's a little like it's not a short movie that you can just sit down
Oh,
and
it's
watch forever.
dark. It's
But
dark,
I
dude.
love watching.
It's literally called The Dark Knight. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's crazy.
No, Dark Knight. So my 3 at the moment are Saving Private Ryan, Empire Strikes Back, Dark Knight. So I think of 2.
Dude, Dark Knight might be up there, dude. That movie is a masterpiece. I was trying to think of what Nolan movie I like the best. Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Either Interstellar or Inception. Both of those movies are just.
Interstellar.
I'm gonna have to
is
say.
on my-
I might have to say Interstellar's in my top 5
Okay.
because
Alright, so how?
that gives me 4.
Alright, y'all 2. I have 3. He has 4.
Okay. This is hard. So, I have a quality list
Okay.
of movies that I say I think based on quality are some of the best films of all time.
It's not that.
We are thinking about
Your
But
favorite
your.
no, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. If you want to see my quality list, I will show it to you later.
I bet.
But I have a top 5. Not necessarily in any order, but these are 5 that I enjoy. They inspire me as somebody who loves filmmaking. First of all, is Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay. Alright.
Such a good movie. Reinvented so many sci-fi like ideas and so many sci-fi like tropes, and is a great commentary on humanity and is a great commentary on artificial intelligence and the limits we're willing to go to explore the universe. Good movie. The scene where Hal and I forgot the dude's name, they face off is such a good movie because they literally sit there and they argue about humanity. There's no fighting, there's no guns. They just sit there and they argue about the purpose of humans, and it's beautiful.
Have you seen that movie?
I've seen clips of it.
I've never have.
Cameron has it. So
You need to
I
watch it
go watch
all the
it.
way through.
Why not? Right.
Empire is on there as well. Interstellar is on there as well.
Okay.
I was gonna put Step Brothers on there.
You can.
Yeah, I'll put Step Brothers on there, so that's 4. I would say I want to put Dark Knight, but I'm gonna put instead Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Never seen that movie.
I've seen Shawshank.
Such a good movie.
I like that movie.
But I will say Dark Knight, and that can be switched out. But I think those movies, if you had to give me 5 movies I could watch for the rest of my life, I think those are 5
Solid. Those are solid.
perfect movies,
All right,
in my
Andrew.
opinion.
God dang it. Off the bat, episode 3, Vince said. That's
Everyone's
it.
that movie.
Episode 3, baby.
Everyone's it.
Religiously.
I
love
could
that
probably
movie.
quote the movie at this point.
At least the whole final
Listen,
scene.
next year, just you can come over anytime. We'll watch Revenge of the Sith.
I'll quote it to you.
Let's do it. In my apartment next year, we'll go watch it.
This is not in any particular order.
Okay.
I'm just listening. So that one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I just love that movie. I'm enthralled with it.
Enthralled.
That's a good
Nice
word.
word of the day.
Words.
Word of the day. Enthralled. What
I
did you
could
say?
honestly watch it from start to the end, and then rewatch it again.
Hey, I know what you're. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right, so that's 2. 3. I have to go on a limb here. Schindler's List.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I've never
Man.
It's a great.
I've never
movie.
seen
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Good movie.
It's a good one.
I just thought of one more.
I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
It's hard.
Tough.
I've seen so many movies.
I
It's
know,
so
too.
hard. There's so many
I know
good-
there's things we're not thinking of. Like,
I know. Obviously.
I don't know if I want to put Step Brothers on there or not. I mean, I like the movie, but I don't know if that's like a top 5.
the way I see it is I have to have like something in every genre.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna have
gonna-
a comedy. That's why
I'm gonna have to go with
That
Super Bad for number 4.
That's a good one. That's a great,
Love
great
I
comedy.
forgot about
Bad,
Super
dude.
Bad.
Oh my
Super
god.
Bad.
Super bad.
And then
21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street.
5, I have to go with Avatar.
The Blue People?
Yeah,
Great
Really?
movie.
I love it.
I haven't
Did
seen
you
it.
rewatch it recently?
Yeah.
I have not watched that movie in so long.
Alright.
It's been so
Is it,
long.
okay, on Disney Plus, does it have the original cut or does it have like the extended 3-hour cut?
The original movie was 3 hours.
No, I'm saying the one in theaters was like 2 hours and 40 minutes, but there's a director's cut that's like 3 hours and 20 minutes that people say that is the defined version of that movie. And I don't know which version is on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna check.
Alright, so I said.
'Cause I don't
Empire
watch
Strikes
it.
Back.
You got episode 5.
Dark Knight. Saving Private Ryan.
That's 3.
Ratatouille. Don't care what y'all say. I need a kid movie.
I love Ratatouille,
And I
bro.
love
It's
Ratatouille.
2 hours and 41 minutes.
Oh, so it's that, the theater cut, okay.
Ratatouille.
Okay. That's 4.
I gotta think of a comedy.
Wally.
Why was just a feel good
I can't
movie?
believe Cole's mom hates Wally.
Happy Gilmore.
Everyone hates Wally except for me and Atlanta for some reason. Happy Gilmore? Really?
Yeah.
That's your favorite comedy?
Go
That's
back
a good
to your
movie.
hole.
I love Happy Gilmore.
He's too good for your home!
Go back to your home!
Alright, so what I got?
Oh,
I got.
congratulations, you can count. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
That jacket belongs to Mr. Gilmore!
I do love
Such
that
a funny movie, dude.
I love
One of
that
Adam
movie.
Sandler's best.
I'm
That,
really-
What do you say?
Waterboy, and
Waterboy's good.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, like his 3 defining movies. That
I don't
just
remember everything I said already. I said Endgame, Step Brothers, Wolf of Wall Street. I had one more.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the animated movie here.
Alright.
My favorite animated movie of all time is the first Cars.
That's fair,
I
okay.
love Cars. That
That's
was like my
one.
favorite movie when I was a little kid, and I still love it to this day. It's so quotable, so enjoyable.
Yeah, I like.
So that's my top
I'm
five.
taking my top 5 and I'm running with it.
I'm running with it. There's
If I had those 5 movies, like it'll probably change. Like,
but if I had those 5 movies, I'd be so content.
oh yeah.
You got a nice comedy, nice animated movie, serious movie. Yeah, like
The one
If
that
I had to
action.
put an animated in mine, I'll take out Interstellar since I already have a sci-fi movie, and I'll put in Toy Story 2.
God, that was my favorite. By far, Toy Story
The best
2,
one.
but it's not better than Ratatouille, in my opinion.
That's fine. You
I
can,
just love Ratatouille, dude.
Hey, maybe we can't all be smart.
we can't all be geniuses.
Oh yeah, my fault. Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I do
No,
love
Ratatouille's top
No,
five.
no, no,
Thanks,
no,
Yeah. I think it's
top 3. Top
mine is Ratatouille, Toy Story 2. That's my top 2.
Whoever told you mine?
I know I
Yes.
said
Oh, you did on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
yeah. So if I forget, I'll go back and watch it.
How's that?
But, oh yeah,
pretty
dude.
long.
With those 5 movies, I
Shave
think
it or trim it.
I'd be happy.
No, it's
with
not
life.
that.
I'll be so content. You're sitting on an island, just watching those 5 movies for the rest of your life.
Yeah, always like, dude. I don't know. You go from Ratatouille to Saving Private Ryan.
You go from Cars to Step Brothers
Yeah.
to Wolf of Wall Street to Endgame.
Yeah, dude. I think my favorite, man, I just love Dark Knight so much.
It is.
And I know everybody's like,
Arguably the
is Iron
greatest.
Man, I think it's the greatest superhero movie that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because
I agree with that statement.
obviously you can put Iron Man up there, you can get Infinity War up there. I just think Dark Knight was like just
It was a game changer. Because Batman Begins was dope, but The Dark Knight just blew everyone away.
You know, I don't hate Dark Knight Rises. A lot of people do. A lot of people hate it.
I don't think it's
People
as
hate
good.
it?
It's not as people give it a lot of hate.
really.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I was born in the darkness.
You
You
were
really
adopted by the dog.
You think dog?
Hey, some good
Essential
quotes
lie.
in that movie.
Anyways,
Hey.
but yeah, great movie.
Yep. So speaking of Batman, so Robert Pattinson is playing the next Batman, right? Is that like
It's currently delayed right now, but yeah, dude. I think this suit looks so goofy.
really?
Have you seen it?
I mean, he's
Oh,
2
yeah.
2 years into his career.
Huh?
He's only 2 years into his career.
What are you talking about?
In that movie, he's been Batman for like 2 years.
His suit's so goofy looking.
Really?
His car looks awesome.
His car looks dope. His suit looks so
It's
goofy.
a 65. I think it's a 65 Charger.
Oh really?
I think I like the. I don't know. The bat looks weird. His eyes look weird. I don't know. I'm
Well,
not a
see,
big
because
fan
you
of
gotta like the Batman suit to like the Batman movie. I feel like it might be a good movie.
I don't like the Dark Knight suit. I'm not a fan of it.
I think it looks pretty dope.
I think it's cool. I think it makes sense in that world. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
I liked Ben Affleck's suit better. I just hated how Ben Affleck was a tank. Like he was a walking just
it.
beefcake.
Dude, he was so big. He
But
was
like-
so big. He was so big in the way back too.
If you give that look,
I wish.
was that a good movie?
Great movie.
Was
Yeah.
that a good movie?
Someone told me it sucked, and I was like, should I see that?
Someone
has
whoever
a
said that has a
taste
terrible
in it.
heart.
It was my roommate.
Well, his heart is broken.
Rich
You know,
idiot.
So
Yeah.
He
That was the last movie we saw in theaters. We saw it the day the theaters closed.
way back. Yep.
I'll get it
God,
all
we've only
rented.
seen 4 movies this year. I should have seen at least 35 by this point.
Yeah, I swear, dude.
So 1917, Birds of Prey, The Hunt, and
Hey, don't hate
Go
on
way
the
back.
hunt.
That was pretty cool.
The hunt was good.
Is it the one where they hunt down the liberals or whatever? Or they hunt down the conservatives?
Yeah, I'm down the conservatives.
I like
Dude,
that.
it's so like all
Oh,
of it.
dude,
It just
dude.
Huh?
What?
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
it's like they make fun of every political party, like religion, class of people in that movie. It's just great.
and Onward.
I think I've only,
forgot
I
about
mean, I saw
What?
1917.
Oh, onward.
I saw
We did see that in
1917.
theaters.
Yeah, but I saw it this year. It was a good movie.
I saw Onward in theaters.
Did you not see? You saw it in theaters,
I saw Birds of Prey.
right?
That's it. I saw 3 movies this year. That hurts. I should have easily seen,
I
like
saw
you said,
5.
I should have easily seen at least 20, 25 at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I usually go see almost every movie. that comes in theaters.
1917 is my favorite of this year.
Because
So
I'll go on Tuesdays and it's $5.
I want to rewatch 1917.
I do too.
God, it was good, dude.
But it's one of the movies, like, I feel like, I was talking to Hayden Turner about this. It's one of those movies you can really only appreciate in theaters. I mean, it's a good movie, but like, I feel like
Oh yeah, yeah.
that
yeah.
feeling of seeing it in theaters.
Yeah. It's still my favorite movie of the year so far.
Oh,
so far,
such a
obviously.
movie.
We're gonna get some better movies. I think we're gonna get better movies.
It'll be a little bit later, but hopefully.
Well, I think we'll get some better movies. Yeah.
What movie? Okay, here's another thing we talked about. What movies are you most excited for that got delayed?
That's tough.
That is tough. And I don't think it's alright. So obviously, Fast and Furious. I was excited.
No.
Dude, oh my god, the Fast and Furious was supposed to come
I was so
out
excited.
No.
in like 2 weeks.
Edited it.
Shut up.
Should've
Shut up.
been.
Let us love the movie.
I like Fast. Like, hey, dude, I was like you.
But it got
Until I
delayed.
watched one.
It got delayed a year.
I
A
mean,
year is kind of that's crazy.
Literally, it's like mid-April next year.
hey, maybe they'll add some stuff to it though. You never know.
They don't like what? They're gonna bring somebody else back from the dead?
Hey, I
Black
mean,
Widow
they're not-
was
Turns out Paul Walker was
the
never
one I
dead.
excited for.
What?
Black Widow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but Black Widow's delay. What sucks about that
Is it pushed back the entire MCU?
the entire-
But here,
slate.
here's the thing.
But the reason they have to do it,
if you delay that one, we're gonna act like Black Widow's the first one, and it's still gonna be the same amount of time for everything else. So you're not really waiting.
That's
longer.
true.
You just gotta wait for the first one. Once you get the first one, you're fine.
that's true.
So like, it's not that big.
But Eternals was supposed to come out in November, and I was so excited.
Yeah, but Black Widow, we were supposed
And
to already
Shang-Chi was supposed to come out in February.
I'm excited for Shang-Chi,
But
dude.
what I am excited for is Shang-Chi is a May movie now, so maybe it'll give Marvel more attention, and also I hope they'll market it more. Because I feel like Marvel's gonna screw up the marketing on Shang-Chi. Because you've got to market Eternals, Shang-Chi, and 2 Disney Plus TV shows in the same span of 7 months, dude.
I'm most upset for the Kenobi delay.
Well, that's been delayed since 2005.
I'm so upset. Poor New Mutants, man.
I feel bad for
Dude.
them, yeah, they can't catch a break, bro.
That's like people are saying like this new cut that they finished is actually really
That
good.
movie looks terrifying.
They're
that-
saying like
Oh, you sent me the picture.
I
I was
showed
like,
you-
well, I'm not sleeping tonight. God, hold up. There was a movie that got the James Bond film.
James
Yeah.
Bond got
James
delayed.
Bond flick.
That movie looks
The flick.
great.
Indie
Quiet
film.
Place
The old
2.
picture.
Missed that.
Little picture shoot.
that was supposed to come out like
March.
We'd
like,
already-
2 months ago.
End
We've
of
already
March.
seen that. We've already seen James Bond. We've already seen Black Widow. We've already
Movies.
seen Fast and Furious, New Mutant.
No, not Fast and
Venom was
Furious.
gonna come out.
Venom
Oh,
2.
Venom.
Still
I thought Fast and
supposed
Furious
to.
were
It is.
coming out.
Morbius.
Morbius.
I don't think Morbius got delayed, did it?
Yeah, it did.
When was that supposed to come out?
October, now it's March.
Morbius is an MCU film, technically.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tom Holland's supposed to be in Venom 2.
At the end of it, Vulture shows up and he's like, Morbius.
Oh yeah. Oh,
The Sinister Six.
dude, if that happens,
I'll cry.
I will cry.
Cream.
I'll cream.
Uh-huh.
I won't cry. I'll cream.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I look like
yeah,
Ready with
I know the
me.
movies got delayed, but once we get to the movies that come out, it'll be fine.
Oh my god, we're gonna be so excited to go sit in the movie theater.
I don't care what movie it is. I just want to sit in the movie theater seat with a bucket of popcorn in my lap and watch a 150.
That's what I was telling you. I was like, I don't care what the movie is. They could play reruns, they could play old Marvel movies or old Star Wars movies, and I will go and sit there and watch
I
it.
mean, I might.
And you're like, I'm not gonna go pay to see a movie I've already seen. Landon, it's not about the movie. It's about,
Oh, you
about the
say it's
experience.
about the experience,
sitting in the
but
theater.
like, I mean, if it's, I hope it's like an older movie that I haven't seen. Like then I
2001: Space Odyssey.
We've seen every movie.
Oh, if they put Space Odyssey on screen, I don't want y'all know. I will be there front and center.
Alright.
I've never seen a movie on the big screen, and that's.
Surely they'll play some movies if they play old.
I feel like that's what Mom was
seen.
telling me. She said she thinks that they're gonna play like maybe movies that have been released in the past few
Maybe they'll
years
replay this
or old classic movies. Oh, I'll go watch it.
I love
Parasite,
Midsummer.
at least.
Still haven't seen that.
What,
Still haven't
Midsummer?
seen it. No, Parasite.
Parasite.
We saw
Oh,
Midsummer
really?
in theaters.
Oh
It's
boy,
on
we,
Hulu.
I know.
I know. Yeah.
You have
I've been
Hulu.
watching Clone Wars. Okay.
I want to watch Parasite though. I gotta do that.
Anyways, maybe they'll play some good movies, dude. What if they brought like Interstellar or Inception back to theaters? The Prestige, the Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, they can do any of it.
Yeah, because studios have to allow.
And
movies
it
to
would
play,
get
so-
and it would get money for the studios who are probably struggling right now. They said like even Disney's struggling with all this. Like Disney's also a ton of money. So
Well, if they're not getting money from Disney World, they're not getting money from Disneylanders, Disneyland.
Disney Plus is like they're only like
Yeah, you're
shooting
not-
source of
finance.
revenue right now.
You're not really paying a lot for Disney Plus either.
I
And
think
not
that's
everybody who
it.
has Disney Plus is paying for it. So,
Good point.
because like Cameron and Kobe are online, so they're not paying for it.
All my roommates are mine.
Yeah,
So.
so they're not paying for it. So, I mean, they were paying for it. Cole, I'm pretty sure you paying for yours. Yeah. I'm and I'm hoping that, you know, once this all blows over, once we get back into the groove of the movies that are supposed to come out, we'll be fine.
It'll be like, it's not gonna be till about September though, whenever we start seeing, you know. That's good. That's like when The Quiet Place got moved to, and something else got moved to September.
So, like, what movies have not been delayed yet? Any in June or July that have not?
Tenet has not been delayed yet.
Tenet hasn't. Venom has not officially been delayed.
Yes, it has.
Has it been officially
Yes.
delayed?
What about Soul?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, Soul was one of the first Disney films to get delayed.
It's like November or December now.
Of course it is.
I know. Yeah, Tenet has not.
Tenet has not been delayed?
Free Guy,
Free
Ryan
Guy
Reynolds,
has
that got
not-
delayed.
Oh, it did?
It's on my birthday is when it comes out.
Cole, we're gonna have to go see like 3 movies a week.
Andy
What sucks about
Serkis.
this is like, I feel like all these
Yeah,
movies were
he's
perfect
gonna
lengths
kill it.
apart that we'd be
I'm
fine.
not
We'll be so content.
But now, I feel like there's gonna be 10 movies in November. There's gonna be 9 in December. There's gonna be 7 in October.
Do you think that
We're gonna have to go on $5 movie day.
Because
See 2 movies.
The Muffin Man.
I read
Facts.
this. I read this article. It was saying, do you think that this guy was saying what he thought. But I don't know what y'all think. Do you think that if a bunch of movies in November and December like get delayed to like that area, do you think it's gonna hurt Black Widow at all?
No, I don't care. It'll be fine.
Is that-
It's an MCU movie. It's gonna make money.
They haven't really marketed it that well.
Well, yeah, they've stopped. They were marketing the crap out of it. It's all I saw on YouTube and Twitter and everything.
No, I don't think it's gonna hurt it because I think that's one of the movies that everybody's so excited for. So like, if let's say like 2 other movies,
This wave's just gonna make people even more excited,
Yeah,
more
two-
anxious to see it.
I think. All right, I get that it's Black Widow, and some people are the last girl superhero movie we saw wasn't that good, but I think Black Widow's gonna be pretty good.
I hope
all
so.
things considered, I think it's gonna be
I
pretty
think you
good.
guys set something up interesting in the MCU.
Huh?
Like, I hope they keep Florence Pugh around.
Oh, I love Florence Pugh.
Midsummer.
She can't do anything wrong.
She's hot. I think she's really attractive.
What is that?
She's the blonde girl in Midsummer.
I haven't seen Midsummer.
I'll show you a picture of her.
The,
She's pretty hot.
You probably should never watch that movie.
Yeah,
what? Come on, dude.
no,
It's an interesting movie.
To say the least.
it's insane.
It is.
It's
It's
good.
the most messed up movie I think I've ever watched in my life.
The ending is just,
Kind of lit, to be honest.
literally.
Literally.
She's not bad.
Yeah, she's pretty. I don't know. Where's she actually from?
Okay.
She's
yeah.
like-
She's American.
Is
I
she?
think so.
She
God,
was
she
born.
rocks.
Oh no, she's
Oxford, yeah, she's British. United
UK.
Kingdom.
I want to hear
What
real
Kingdom?
voice.
Let's look it
ASAP.
up.
We're gonna hear Russian and American. I want to hear a real voice.
Hello, that's the triple globe.
I think it's hot.
Here we go. EFA 2017.
What are you doing?
Florence Pugh's real voice.
Wanna hear
So,
it?
Lady Macbeth is about
That-
the story
That's
of
Florence Pugh.
1865.
Yeah, hey, yeah,
Girl in a church.
that's a yeah.
That's a yes sir.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
Oh my God, Lee, you know what's next, Landon? We're about to instantly sprint to our cars.
We're about to go raid CC's. We're not about to go eat it. We're not about to go just sit.
We're
about
gonna
to raid
destroy it.
Watch us get there and they've already got 50%. There's no way people's first restaurant is going to be 60 minutes.
We're the only idiots that want it so bad.
So, thank you all for watching. We will have one up next week. We're going to try to not miss another one. Sorry about the finals.
That's fine this week. We're busy, but hey, it's
But,
especially summertime. We got plenty of time to do this.
Yeah, y'all go check out Tyler's podcast, The Few Boys, on Spotify.
And I'll be back to.
Yeah, you'll definitely be back. We'll probably have a big collab podcast.
Go follow Avery on Instagram.
Go
He
follow
would just
Avery on
really, he
Instagram.
would really appreciate it.
Go follow me on YouTube. Or subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow my
And
Twitter.
Unfollow Kobe Scott. 'cause
I'll
he
follow
sucks.
Kobe Scott. Go follow him on Twitter.
Yeah. And YouTube.
And
What? This is my YouTube. Haha.
So yeah, we'll have all the links in the description below. Hit the like, comment what you want us to talk
Hit
about.
the bell.
Hey, yeah, dude, turn
Ring the bell.
notifications on.
Turn it on
And,
now.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. And we'll see you at CC's.
Ah!